So, Star Trek book, my book, Star Trek Sex, still available. Amazon, bookstores near you. I think, well, yeah, Barnes& and Noble, you can order it, certainly order it. I don't know if you'll see, I saw it on the shelf once, but I don't know how often. But you can definitely buy it. Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, you can. And here's the story. Here's the cosmic, galactic sci-fi story of how I got it published. Now, obviously, a lot of people get books published. I had never gotten one before. It was my first. I wrote for Star Trek. I wrote for Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. Did a lot of pitching meetings with Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Never did Enterprise. Was close. I was going to, but honestly, it didn't really thrill me, the series. It's not terrible, but it never thrilled me as a Star Trek fan or writer. But so after I sold to Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, and I was busy with other pitches, then I pitched to Dead Zone, and almost got close to X-Files. That was just being set up, and then I went on to other things. But so I decided to start writing for magazines, for websites. And I did Associated Content, Yahoo News, a lot of online sites. Started my own website, but I said, well, let me try to write a book. Could it happen? Why not, right? It happens to a lot of people. But so in the beginning, I was like, well, I guess I'll just self-publish. I'll do a Kindle version. Why not? And Kindle was getting really, big, and it still is. So I did a Kindle version. Star Trek Sex, analyzing the randiness, the raunchiness, and the most sexually charged episodes of the original series. Kirk's crew, of course. And Captain Crew is the chief randy, raunchy, yeah, baby, the chief Austin Powers right? And it's great how Austin Powers is set in the 60s, and that's when Gene Roddenberry's original Wagon Train to the Stars was launched and went into warp, right? So the Kindle book, it did well. It was doing okay, certainly. And then I said, well, let me try to get a publisher. I thought at that time I was going to get maybe another, book published, maybe some other, pitch project. Because this is a Kindle book. It's already published, even though it's self-published. Maybe they're not going to really like that. But I approached BearManor Media, and my publisher, Ben, he was like, I like this. We're going to publish it. I'm like, great. I can't wait. And so the process, I tell you, anyone who's got this, idea, this ambition, and envisioning them writing a book, no discouragement here, but it's a pretty long process, as at least it was for me. So from the time of, approaching BearManor, and we signed the contract, that was just, I guess, over years. So maybe for some people and for other books, it's not that long, but it seemed, pretty delayed or dragged for me. But a year later, I had my book published as a book, as a paperback, and then as a Kindle version, as an ebook. And so that was cool. I think it was about a month or so in between, maybe 2 months from, when the paperback came out, and then the ebook, the Kindle. So that's the story. Not much more, really. I would give advice in terms of newbie, novice writers. I guess I was a bit spoiled because the first publisher I went to, he accepted BearManor, and so I didn't have to go on. But as a writer, when I wrote for magazines, websites, submitting scripts to Trek and other shows, you get rejected a lot. Cycle, that sort of, revolving door of rejection is something you're going to face. So I just, would advise anyone, get those rejection letters, maybe frame a couple to say, here's my try, I tried, and, I'm going to keep on going, and just try to get that energy and enthusiasm up for the next round, because you're probably going to have to do it. Hope you're enjoying, hope you're subscribing. See you soon.